essentially this trade is actually still playing out because it is 7:12 p.m. I can't get out of my position or even see how my position is doing, but based off of when we closed, before even the proposal ceasefire was accepted by both parties, my option that I brought that around 3:45, so close to market close, was up at least about 30%. It's a small amount because I only wanted to risk a small amount because, you know, this was just almost pure betting. So when it comes to this close to just betting and not like any technical or fundamental analysis kind of the situation, I like to bet very small in a situation like this where we could still win big and run a decent amount. But anyways, so I pretty much, that was actually a future trade. Don't bother with that. What we're talking about is the option trade. So this candle right here, I believe, it's either this candle or that candle. I have to go back and see, but one of these candles, so it's either this was when Trump agreed to the ceasefire, and then this was when Pakistan agreed to it. But basically they both came out really close to around the same time. And so that's what these two candles probably are. But so as you can see, we are up. This is the futures. We're up 2%. Ridiculous. We was up 1% on this one candle in itself when the futures market opened back up. That is my SPY call. Again, this is very, very small. I bought it for 16. Right now it's at 30 something, 37. So you can see we're already up 131%. And that was obviously from the market close. So when the market opens, this expires actually tomorrow, but the plan is to sell it as soon as the market opens or close to that. And you can see being already up. So only $21, but we'll see what happens in the morning. Very small risk trade because I had traded a very small amount like I stated earlier. So I actually took an options trade. I made a video on it last night, but basically I took an options trade before the market closed yesterday. At the time there was a Pakistani prime minister calling for a ceasefire between Iran and the US before the 8 p.m. Trump deadline of him attacking the power plants and such of Iran's infrastructure. So that would have been a hell of an escalation, but that essentially that proposal gave both parties an out. So they both accepted it pretty close together, about an hour or two before that deadline happened. And so that happened after hours, but I got in 10-15 minutes before the market closed, which was not too long after the proposal put forth by the Pakistani prime minister. So I got in on a very small options trade, small risk, high reward kind of situation. I didn't spend much at all on this option because I knew that if it went in my direction, I'd have a large move on my hands, and that's exactly what happened. So it played out in our favor. Right now it is 8:49. We are waiting for the market to open so I can close out of this option trade, but we are quite literally in the money right now. And of course, as you would expect, and as I kind of would expected, they are currently talking a lot of shit. Iran is talking shit, and so is the US. But more so on the Iranian side, they're just more so. Also, the first ship has passed through the Hormuz. First ship passed through the Strait of Hormuz with Iran's permission after the ceasefire. But also, Iran is explaining that because everybody's concerned, or it seems like everybody is more concerned about Israel now, because this is a U.S.-Iran ceasefire, not U.S.-Israel-Iran ceasefire. So really, people are concerned about Israel not following with this ceasefire. We don't know what they're thinking on their side because I haven't seen any headlines about what they feel or think or are going to do in regards to this ceasefire. But Iran is putting out statements saying warning of stronger response against any renewed attacks from U.S. or Israel. Iran armed forces say U.S. would be treated as party to any Israeli attack and face decisive response.
Israel must observe ceasefire in Lebanon. Any continued attacks will complicate situations that have consequences, says Iranian ambassador. So, and then right before that, Hegseth decided to give a fucking speech about this Operation Epic Fury, and of course he just fucks everything up, right? And talking stupid, in my opinion. Hegseth, Iran will let ships go through Hormuz. Hegseth, now we have a chance of real peace. Iran would be wise to get word out to their troops to stop firing, U.S. Defense Secretary says. Iran's new supreme leader is wounded and disfigured. Iran can no longer build missiles. Iran begged for this ceasefire. Like, why would you say stuff like that when this ceasefire just became a thing literally last night? Why would you say these things and get Iran riled up? Iran begged for this ceasefire. That's not something that Iran likes to hear. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I really just need this to hold for another 40 minutes so I can get out of my position. And then from then on, the market can do and they can say whatever the hell they want. All right, so at the moment we are $1 in the money. Let's see how much the call options spike. I already have a limit order set. I'm ready to adjust it. I want to get it off within the first minute or two of the open while the prices spiked up, regardless of like if price moves down a little bit or up. I know it's gonna open with a elevated premium. Five seconds. Let's see what happens. 252. So that was the spike. It's at 2.3 right now. I saw it at 252.